Yeshua, your King of praise. Shalom, everyone. This is Messianic Rabbi Buzz Tremé, the Jew teaching you. Welcome to our Bible study. Yeshua, you are the way. Yeshua. All right, so we are now, I want to read Hebrews chapter 7, New Testament book of Hebrews, chapter 7. Verse 11. Easy to remember, it's 7:11. Okay, here we go. If perfection could have been attained through the Levitical priesthood. The Levitical priesthood was established at Sinai when God gave this covenant to Israel. He established a priesthood because God came down in like a big rocket and burned the tops of the mountains and made a lot of noise. Lightning and thunder happened, and he did it to put fear of them in it. But they got so scared, they said, we don't want God to speak to us. Moses, you speak to us. And God said, it's good what they say. Here, Moses, tell them this. And he gave them the law. So he says, if perfection could have been attained through the Levitical priesthood, for on the basis of it, the law was given to the people. It was set up so that a mediatorial class of people would mediate between God and the people, and between the people and God. Now, the New Testament tells us Yeshua there's only one mediator. And the mediator is Yeshua. He's the high priest, and we're the priests. Not Levitical priests. We're of the Melchizedek order, which is the eternal order, the one established in the kingdom in the sky, in the heavens. Okay, I'm going to read it again so I can maybe make sense of it. If perfection could have been attained through the Levitical priesthood, they kept making all these offerings for you. For on the basis of it, the law was given to the people. Why was there still need for another priest to come? He says, hey, if it worked, why was there prophecy? Way back then, King David said there's another priest coming in the order of Melchizedek. It's talking about Yeshua. One in the order of Melchizedek, not in the order of Aaron. Aaron. For verse 12, for when there is a change of the priesthood, and here it is, there must also be a change of the law. It can't get any clearer, huh? So, this transition time of the New Testament wasn't, you just don't, what if all your family's Catholic and you decide to become Christian, non-Catholic, no longer observing that church for your salvation? You don't have to have a Roman priest to come and say the last rites and so on. You don't have to be prayed out of purgatory. What if you do that? Does that go smoothly at home? Usually not. The best thing we can do is to love them through this transition, though. Or it could be the other way around. You may be in this particular church, and your kids may be suddenly have the light shone, and they're, you might be the person. What's the best way they can deal with you on? Through love. And it doesn't always happen overnight. And we need to get away from the McDonald's mentality. You order at one window and you pick up at the next. But sometimes it takes a lifetime. And sometimes they're abusive. I know a family, when this girl's parents were very Roman down on the bayou, and the son and the daughter were, but they got baptized. They got saved. They were at chapel on the campus. And this was years ago. The mother is usually the mother of that home because it's a matriarchal religion where Mary's at the head. It's not a patriarchal. Sometimes the man's the head of the house. It's usually a mother. Make sure everybody goes to church. She's the one who wants to get her son into the priesthood and so on, right? And these are all good people. This is just how systems work. Well, anyway, they went to, after church, they went to dinner there and mentioned to mom and dad what a good service they had at church. And the mother took the Bible off or I think they brought in their purse and stuff, and maybe the daughter had the Bible. She took it, after cursing a blue streak, to the front door and cursed it and threw it out in the yard. This is what, there will be no Bible in this house, we're Catholic. Now, I say that because this is profound. We live in a culture here where this goes on. My point is, it didn't go well with them. Well, that wasn't the end of all things. This thing played out. Guess who got liberated from their misunderstanding of the Bible and their misunderstanding of how to serve God? It was the mother and daddy. But it didn't happen in 1 year. It didn't happen in 2 years. It drug way out. This is common. And sometimes it never happens, but in the process, other people who are influenced by it, indirectly, it works in their lives. So I just want to say that sometimes serving the Lord, there's going to be problems. There's going to be some, if we don't look for it, who wants trouble? So when you are in a troublesome situation, please try and love your way through it. For after all, you don't know everything. And we have eyes to see, but there's a whole lot we don't see yet, right? The vision is not yet clear. We're looking through a glass darkly, as the King James says. So, y'all got it? We're almost to the end of our teaching. Okay. Moses is referred to historically as Israel's great legislator. Some of you would enjoy reading some of the books by Josephus. He's one of the leading historic figures of ancient times, and he was a Jew who ended up writing history for the Romans or for the Jews, but he served in the Roman service. It was a time when Israel had revolted against God, against God and against Rome. So anyway, but he wrote down many things about the Jewish people. And in response to the braggadoring going on about the Greeks and the Romans, everybody likes to tout how great their people are. He says, let me tell you about a people who are great. And he goes all the way back to Abraham and he says our people can trace their lineage all the way back to the first man and woman. And he wrote Josephus' Antiquities. And it's about the story of the Jewish people, how great they were and are, and what they contributed to mankind. And he refers to Moses as the great legislator. Okay, the Torah is one body of laws, 10 major commandments, and 603 minor commandments. Total of 613. They make up one complete commandment to love. That's what the whole thing says. Love is the fulfillment of the law, and this is quoted in Romans 13:10. Love is the fulfillment of the law. The term Torah usually refers to those laws found within the first 5 books of the Old Testament. Okay? That's usually when somebody's talking about Torah. I only read the Torah. I only believe in the Torah, or let's go to the Torah. They're referring to the first 5 books. And that was translated from Hebrew into Greek around 250 BC, referred to as the Septuagint, which is a play on the word 70, because in 70 days, 70 Jewish priests translated the Bible, Old Testament, from Hebrew to Greek. And that was about 250 BC. So the law really comes about in Exodus, but it refers to the promises God gave to Abraham and some of the facts and figures before that. So they usually refer to the whole 5 books as the Torah, though law actually we really get kicking in Exodus chapter 20. That's when the 10 Commandments were given.